As we head into the 2028 season with the Browns coming off their first Super Bowl, let's look back at the past winners. The Browns and Bengals have won back-to-back chips for the AFC North. Before that, the Jaguars won 2 in a row over the Seahawks and Bears after losing in a fireworks show to the Packers. And in the first of the series, it was Brady's Bucks over the Bengals. Huge retirement year as Laramie Tunsil and Brandon Cooks leave the Texans. Thank you. Kevin Byard leaves the Titans. Dalvin Cook, Marcus Peters, Tyrann Mathieu, Russell Wilson, Johnny Hekker, former Jaguar Olorunzo Fatukasi, Jadeveon Clowney, Khalil Mack, Stephon Diggs, and OBJ highlight the rest of those hanging up the cleats. Re-signing time and priority number one was bringing back Travon Walker to a 5-year deal worth $115 million, which he accepted. Then we needed to bring back Alex O'Neal and signed him to a 4-year, $54 million deal. Tremont Harris was another young player who would receive a big deal at 6 years, $57 million. Alan Hannon received a 5-year, $27.5 million deal to remain with the team, which I thought was cheap. And running back Deontay Bates and strong safety Gabe Boykin were players that wanted to test the market. In free agency, again, the game-breaking glitch not allowing us to compete on the first run-through. Annoying, EA. Can you fix your damn game? It's January, you bums. So, some trades. Tackle Raider Bear is in his final contract year, and the Panthers gave us their early second-rounder for him. Deal. Den had his year to start, but again, expiring contract, and the Bucks offered second-rounder for next season, so done. The Giants took Isaiah Rodgers' deal off our hands with a 6th and next year 7th to bring back their 2nd and 5th this year. Early 2nd, too. Then I was hoping Eddie Bonds would blossom, but with Burrow's play, we moved on. Bonds, a 5th and a 6th for the first pick in the 2nd round from the Arizona Cardinals. We wish him well. The Vikings sent us their next year 2nd for backup defensive tackle Betts to end this flurry of trades. Quincy Williams had his 5th-year option picked up because we didn't want to deal with his contract right away. And free agency recap, Tua stays with Miami, Saquon to the Pats, gross, and former Jaguars receivers Laviska Shenault and David Bognasty find new homes again. Shenault with the Bears and Bognasty back in the AFC South again with our rivals, the Texans. Cowboys get a new safety tandem in Jesse Bates and Grant Delpit, and our haul consists of re-signing Deontay Bates and Gabe Boykin and bringing in cornerback Jerome Levine for depth and free safety Sheldon Campbell as a backup. Before the draft, I'd like to take this time to shout out all of the channel members for keeping the dream alive here with their above and beyond support. General Manager Matthew Hackett, along with franchise QBs TClink24, Rigoberto Ramirez, Christian Horn, Colby Gaynor, and Troy Gordon truly make this content possible to keep pumping out. Channel members do get automatic players in every series I do, so be sure to check out the join button below if you'd like to support the channel some more. In the draft, at the 28th overall pick, the Jaguars look at power rushing right outside linebacker DeAndre Crowther, who may have been just a little bit worse than his projection, but he had really good pursuit, block shedding, and tackling skills with a couple of nice combine drills, and he was athletic enough at 6'4", 260 with hidden development. Good pick. Right end Dalton Griffith was the pick at 33rd overall, with excellent block shedding and tackling at 6'5", 316. He looked like a nice run stopper, but was unfortunately just normal dev. Doesn't mean he can't play though. With the 5th pick in round 2, another run stopper came aboard in D-tackle Sean Posey. He wasn't scouted well, but he had top-tier tackling and 40 bench reps at his pro day. He ended up being really strong as expected and a hidden dev. With the very next pick in the draft, center Bryce Halen is a really solid blocker, but his power style doesn't quite fit the scheme of our offensive line. But with a combine like that and hidden dev, we're going to see if we can make it work anyway. Pick number 10, still 2nd round, we're going to go with power rushing defensive tackle DeMarcus Henry, who figures to play left end for us in our scheme. Wonderful power moves and good finesse moves, as well as an excellent combine. And he has hidden dev. What a beast. 28th pick of the 2nd round, the pick was 21-year-old Jamal Evans, who looked really skilled and solidly athletic, but he had normal development. Left outside linebacker Rashad Anderson and wide receiver D. Bradford were later round shots in the dark and are likely depth or practice squad players for us. Recapping the draft, it looks like all of our picks were really solid overall-wise, and all should be able to contribute in some way, with Posey being far better than even I expected. The Cardinals took wideout Dennis Adams 1st overall, and check out the Chargers, taking a 66 overall quarterback at pick 13. They should know better. As a Rutgers fan, I know they don't produce quarterbacks. Come on, dummies. Dallas looks like they get their quarterback of the future at pick 17 in Blair Rose, though. Chargers looking dumb. The Colts have a nice draft, as you should, at pick 7. Texans got a solid tight end, but no real steals in their class. And the Titans get a really solid first 3 picks, all on the offensive front. They got them hogs. With how well our draft went, we thought we could part with DeMarcus Broyles and send him along with a 6th-round pick to Buffalo for one of the best young corners in the league in Nasir Brown. With Brown on the squad, it was time for Trayvon Diggs to depart us. We sent him and a 4th-round pick to Arizona for the 1st overall selection. Dennis Adams, Devontae's baby cousin, was ours. The team figured to be more offensive this year, with Trevor Lawrence still at the helm, DeAndre Swift running with new rookie Jamal Evans, and a receiving core of Marquise Brown, Alex O'Neal, number 1 overall pick, and Devontae's baby cousin, Dennis Adams. Not to mention rising superstar tight end Daniel Jaramillo. The O-line had some changes, with Aquanu, Westbrook, Walton, Freeney, and Hannon starting. That's 2 new starters. Trayvon Walker, Dark Specta, and R.L. Richards remain the defensive anchors on the line, with Josh Allen helping rookie Crowther along, Tramon Harris and Quincy Williams still in the middle, and Teron Whitfield all at linebacker. Corners, we had some change, as Tyson Campbell was the new number 1 without Diggs. Nasir Brown, Colby Gaynor, Bankroll Beasley, and Jerome Levine filled it out. Sam Burrell starting at free safety, and Andre Sisco still there at strong safety. No change on special teams, with Mentor kicking, Huntington punting, and O'Neal kick returning. The NFL saddled us with the opening Thursday night game in Cleveland against the defending Super Bowl champion Browns. Then we had 2 home games, Commanders and Chargers, before road games in Green Bay and Las Vegas. Then it's flip-flop, home versus Colts, at the Titans, home versus the Bears, heading into a Week 9 bye. Then we were in Denver, home for the Texans, and in Detroit for a Thanksgiving game with the Lions. Long layoff till the next Monday night in Houston for 4 straight home games against the Jets, Chiefs, Vikings, and Titans before finally closing the year in Indy. That's an interesting schedule. Can we prevail? Well, our Jaguars started the season 6-0 with a couple of blowout wins over the Browns, a little bit of a surprise there, and the Chargers, with, I'm assuming, the 66 overall rookie quarterback from Rutgers playing maybe. But our luck ran out in Tennessee and we lost 2 straight into the bye week. Coming out of it, we ripped a 35-0 shutout win in Denver before beating the Texans and the Lions on Thanksgiving. But the season flip-flopped from there, going loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. Trevor Lawrence finished the year 22 yards shy of 5K with 43 touchdowns and 17 picks. DeAndre Swift ran for 1,200 yards and 13 TDs. Receiving saw 3 nearly 4 1K totals with Jaramillo and 11 touchdowns, O'Neal with 10 touchdowns, and Hollywood with 4 touchdowns. The rookie Dennis Adams had 985 yards and 10 touchdowns himself. Sacks allowed were up this year, though, at 27, with Aquanu giving up 11 of them. Harris and Williams were a tackle apart at the top, while Trayvon Walker had a 15-sack year. Josh Allen had 13, Specta with 12, and R.L. Richards with 9. What a D-line. Without Diggs, our top pick leader was Tyson Campbell with 3. Mentor was 10 of 15, hitting all of his extra points. It was an average year for Huntington, and no return touchdowns for O'Neal again. The entire AFC North made the postseason, and the Browns went 11-5 after getting blown out by us. Good for them. Jags had the 1 seed at 12-5. Pats won the East, Chiefs won the West, and in the NFC, the Bears, Vikings, and Packers all made it from the North. Falcons won the South, Cowboys the 1 seed winning the East, and the Seahawks won the West. 49ers got in the wild card. Jaguars sit back and watch the Steelers host the Bengals, Pats host the Ravens, and Chiefs host the Browns. In the NFC, the Cowboys are going to sit to watch the Falcons hosting the Packers, the Bears hosting the Vikings, and the Seahawks hosting the Niners. Bengals go on to upset the Steelers. Pats take care of the Ravens, and the Browns slightly upset the Chiefs to send the Bengals to Jacksonville and the Browns to Foxborough. In the NFC, the Falcons and Bears take care of business, while the 49ers beat the rival Seahawks, sending them to Dallas, while the Bears will go to Atlanta. Jaguars host the 7-seed Bengals in the divisional round, and we're off to a hot start with a short 1-yard touchdown by the rookie Jamal Evans. Later, DeAndre Swift wanted in on the action too with a short touchdown of his own. And on the ensuing kickoff, it's stripped and taken away by Bankroll Beasley for an easy scoop and score. Second quarter, it's Lawrence showing the arm talent with a rocket right into the breadbasket of Alex O'Neal. as the Jags were running the Bengals out of town. First Jaguar possession of the second half ends with a sizable pass from Lawrence to Hollywood Brown for a touchdown, and then later a short strike to the rookie Dennis Adams to help the Jags to victory by a score of 58-35 as both quarterbacks went over 400 yards with 3 touchdowns in this contest with absolutely no defense. With that blowout, the Jags would host the Pats as they were able to take care of the Browns. In the NFC, 2 upsets, with the 49ers blowing the Cowboys out and the Bears beating the Falcons by 2 scores. Jaguars hosting the Patriots for the right to go to the Super Bowl. AFC title on the line, and it's Mac Jones finding subscriber wideout A.J. Jefferson for the game's first tutty to lead 7-3. Pats later up 13-12, and the give is to Saquon up the middle, and nobody is home. He is off to the races. Gone like the bag of Reese's Cups my sister got me for Christmas. In the fourth quarter, the Pats had increased the lead to 11, but Trevor Lawrence finds Daniel Jaramillo for a 37-yard score to keep Jacksonville in the fight. However, the Pats get that tutty back with a short Saquon carry for his second touchdown of the day. Jags get the field goal back and have very little time, but this huge pass gave them one final play, and it's Trevor Lawrence to the back of the end zone, complete for the touchdown, and we have overtime. Jacoby Myers is stopped short of the marker on 3rd and 5, and the Patriots punt. Jags' possession is going well, but Lawrence wanted to end it quickly with a strike to Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, what a game, what a comeback, and the Jags win it 36-30. Trevor Lawrence with a clutch performance in a 421-yard, 3-touchdown game, negating Saquon's big day for New England. 49ers sneak past the Bears in a very defensive battle. The Jaguars shall play their 4th different team in the big game for a chance at Trevor Lawrence's 3rd ring. We obviously have no Pro Bowlers this year being in the Super Bowl, but we have AJ Chambers and Vladimir Klenk as channel member prospects who made it, so congrats to them. Also, Alex Santos, our old center, is also a Pro Bowler. And as always, let me know if you see any more subscribers or relevant information in this Pro Bowl list. The Jaguars and 49ers meet in the Super Bowl in Minnesota's US Bank Stadium. A battle of good signal callers in Colton Barkley for the 49ers and Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars. T-Law completes a big pass down the middle to Alex O'Neal. That leads to the short yardage touchdown score by DeAndre Swift. Colton Barkley rolls right back down the field and finishes with this pass to Tutu Atwell for 6. Jags led by 3 when the 49ers get creative. Kittle on the tight end jet toss to the end zone for a 49er lead. Jags go for a 4th and inches in the red zone, and it's complete to Devontae's baby cousin inside the 5 and finished off on this short pass from Trevor Lawrence to Alex O'Neal. 49ers were forced to punt, and Trev hit this beautiful strike to Marquise Brown with the first half clock expired as the Jags led by 10 into halftime. Jags get a goal line touchdown to backup tight end Dalton Vogt to extend the lead, and somehow the 49ers still had a chance at the end as Colton Barkley gets it to George Kittle, but that is it. The Jaguars defeat the 49ers by a score of 34-27 and win their 3rd Super Bowl in 4 trips in this series. And we are really close to doing exactly what we meant to do in this series. Trevor Lawrence is why I chose the Jaguars to take him from bust to Hall of Famer, and he played great. 461 yards, 3 touchdowns to outduel Colton Barkley, who had 306 and 3 touchdowns himself. The Jags do not win this game without Trevor Lawrence or Alex O'Neal, who had 10 catches for 143 and a score, or Marquise Brown, who had 9 catches for 167 and a score. Trevor Lawrence wins Super Bowl MVP for the 2nd time in 3 wins, and he is well on his way to the Hall of Fame. FG wins Coach of the Year, and Dennis Adams wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Look at baby cuz go. Can we keep this going? I want to see the end of Trevor's career. How many rings can he win with FG as coach and GM? Let me know in the comments. Check out more content here. I love you all.